Feed me chicken.
Hello YouTube, I am Feed Me Chicken. How the cluck are you? I genuinely am blown away by the sheer generosity of the gaming community. I actually have a three-part episode now in which I get to show off to you guys how generous YouTubers have been to me. It's phenomenal. That was a really silly noise, but the point of it is that I genuinely am speechless. I wish there was more than just thank you that I could say to these YouTubers. If anyone watching is not subscribed to the YouTubers that I talk about across the three-part episode, then you guys really do need to take the time to go over to their channel, watch their content, and I guarantee you that they are worth your time. And if they're worth your time, you hit subscribe and you will definitely not regret it. So let's carry on with part number 1. Now in this part, or this episode, or whatever you want to call it, I do know everything that was coming to me. Now I split it up into 3 because, again, I knew everything was coming in this one. The second one, I wasn't sure whether the item was coming to me. And in the third one, I knew there was an item coming, but I had absolutely no idea, none whatsoever, what was inside the box. So, the first one's definitely going to be a long one. So please do grab yourself a drink, something to eat maybe. Put me on pause. When you come back, I'll still be here. Press play, sit back, and enjoy what I have to show you. And if I haven't made it clear in what you're about to see, I am so grateful, so blown away by every single item I've received. It's absolutely mind-blowing. I'm not worthy. It's simple as that. I'm definitely not worthy. But I genuinely am just lost for words. And once you see all 3 parts, you'll understand why I just wish there was better things to say than thank you. It's absolutely incredible. Blown away. I'm going to stop rambling. To every YouTuber I mentioned who sent me something, I'm just so grateful. Absolutely, 100%. So grateful. Blown away. And now I'm repeating myself, so let's go. So, what's the first channel that has gifted me some items? Well, it is a channel that goes by the name of Geordie Slasher Gaming. Now, Geordie Slasher Gaming, I apologise because I have had these items for quite a while now. I haven't had the time to get round to doing a video, but what is great is that I've had quite a few items since, and I can put this, what you've given me, into a video with other YouTubers, which is amazing. It's fantastic, and it's exactly where it should be. Now, what's the story behind this, you may ask? Well, if you happen to check out my last Trade with Tubers video, I did a trade with a very good channel by the name of Press Start Gaming. Yes, it was a tuber I got the pleasure to meet up with very briefly, mind you. We did a fantastic trade, and in that video I was privileged enough to get a few freebies, and this included some Commodore 64 games. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with Geordie Slasher Gaming, actually, I actually don't believe that, because Geordie Slasher Gaming practically knows every YouTube channel in the world. He has probably watched your videos. He has probably commented on your videos. He probably knows more about your videos than you do. And that's a compliment to Geordie Slasher Gaming. That is dedication to the community. And he's got a great channel himself. He speaks about, obviously does the pickups, but he speaks about what he wants to do with his channel. He has an interest in the horror sections of gaming. He is up to date with playing games. He actually plays the games. As he says himself, he's in it for the crack. No, it's not drugs. It is a Geordie term for banter. Took me a little while to catch on to that because I didn't understand that at first. But he's a fantastic guy. He is a fantastic tuber. Always about the community. He's always about his games. He knows what he's talking about, and you should definitely check him out if you haven't already. Having said that, after the video for Press Start Gaming, he drops me a comment. He goes, "Do you collect for the Commodore 64?" To which I said, "Yes, of course I do." He goes, "I've got some items, I'll message you." Because me and Geordie Slasher Gaming, we do contact each other outside of YouTube, and he's an amazing person, and I'm sure that is echoed to everyone that he speaks to. Just a down-to-earth, brilliant guy. So he sends me a picture of these Commodore 64 games. Now, I said, right, I definitely want one of them because it is a very nostalgic game for me. But he said, "I'll send you all of them." So I say to him, "Look, how much do you want from then? Let's sort out a deal." He said, "No, it's fine. I'm just going to send them to you. Put some money towards a charity." Now, at the time, I was actually in conversation. This is a very early doors, but I was in conversation with the Bearded Fisherman. And if you were one of those who supported me during my 24-hour stream that I did, I put a monetary donation because of the gift that I got here towards the Bearded Fisherman. And, well, what I've got is nothing short of fantastic. So, without further ado, let me show you what I got from Geordie Slasher Gaming. So the first one we got is Shadow Warrior. Now, do I know too much about this game? No, I don't. What I do know is that it is in a lovely condition. The next game we've got, next one is Rambo. Again, what's great about the fact that I don't know too much about the Commodore 64 games. So I had very few games that I actually played on the Commodore 64, but because I've been exposed to the Commodore 64 while I was young, I have appreciation for these games. And like I mentioned before, my channel's built up based on nostalgia, but then it evolves from that into games that, what have I missed? You know, what games did I miss? And 2 games that I have not played before, what did I miss? So, again, once I can have them set up, it means that I can play them and I can have the experience for myself. So the next one we got is Barbarian. We have Predator. And what's not interesting, but what's good to know about this is it's part of the Hit Squad. Yes, the Hit Squad. Very important to those who know about their 8-bit games. The Hit Squad is just one of those things that you collect for. Not me, I'm just here for the games. I'm not into, it's got to be a Hit Squad thing. But, you go to other channels, Hit Squad, they're a thing. Double Dragon is the next one that I've got. Look, see, look, it's stellar titles. These are these are not flimsy tiles at all. A Double Dragon, obviously I'm aware of Double Dragon. I've not played the Commodore 64 version, but I've played the version I believe was on the Amiga, and I have played the NES version. Now, onto the game that has the nostalgic element. Now, you're going to laugh at this because the only nostalgic part I've got is actually the title screen. Well, no, in dark, it's the load up screen. So when this game loads up, it's got basically what's on the front of the cassette, and it has a loading screen around it. What game is that? Batman. Now, when I messaged my dad, I messaged him going, "Do you remember this game?" He goes, "Absolutely, classic." What more can be said? So, Geordie / Gaming, thank you ever so much. Much appreciated. The next gift that I have comes from a person who hosts a particular event every other Sunday. You don't know who I'm talking about? Course you do. Yes, this one comes from the Retro Chef. Now, how did this one come about? Well, before Swap Shop was a thing, I got a message off of him because he knows that I'm missing manuals for a few of my games. So he drops me a message. He says, "I've got these manuals. Anything that interests you?" Unfortunately for me, I only had one that I needed. So I said, "How much do you want for it?" He said, "No, don't worry about it, mate. I'll just send it to you." It took a while to get here, don't get me wrong, because he even put it it's quite funny because on one of the swap shops that he did do, he had loads, a plethora of manuals that he wanted to swap out, and I was in the chat just saying hello to everyone in the chat. Pulls me up on the screen, goes, "Feed me chicken. Oh yeah, I've got your manual. You just wait there. I've got something for you." The Lucky Dying Caper Donald Duck for the Master System. So now Retro Chef, the story of me and Retro Chef is that Retro Chef is the person who got me noticed within this community that I'm now part of. So obviously I am forever grateful to the Retro Chef. He concentrates more now on the swap shop, which he has made a must-view part of your every other Sunday. People get together. It is a fantastic thing to be doing because people get to swap around, but it builds camaraderie around other tubers and people get to know other people. It's not just those that you know, it's those that you don't know, and it's a really great idea. Before that, he was doing pickup videos, and he just has this natural, everything's quite natural to him, you know. He's able to go and get these pickups from really good pickups as well from where he lives. He works as a chef, which is obviously part of his name, and he doesn't, that's something he's shared openly. So I'm not saying anything that no one doesn't already know. But yeah, it just seems so natural, and he has that sort of voice that you can listen to. So yeah, Retro Chef, another great channel that you should be checking out. The next tuber who has sent me a gift is a brilliant tuber. He goes by the name of Fob. Now, Fob is one of the main characters now on Swap Shop. Him, Sega Zombie, and the Retro Chef, along with 2D Rob, who was one of the main characters in the early episodes of Swap Shop. When you tune in, Fob has a wonderful sense of humour. He has so many items to swap with people. But the way he does it, I'm forever finding myself laughing because he will take where most people would go, that's a game I'm going to treat with extreme care. With Fob, it's like, yeah, these are Spectrum games. Yeah, you've seen these Spectrum games. Oh, here's a big box of Spectrum games. Off they go. Or, yeah, you know what a PSP game looks like. Off it goes. You know, he comes across like it's just another thing to him. And you know what? I'm probably underselling that, but he's got such a great attitude on Swap Shop. He has got great chemistry with the retro chefs, great chemistry with actually any of the guests that are on there. When he's on there with Tootie, because when Tootie was on there, their back and forth was brilliant. Of course, when Basubi goes on there and he's having a go at Fob for a haircut or whatever, you know, Fob doesn't miss a beat. He fires back, and it's just so funny. It really is. It's well worth tuning in Swap Shop just to see Fob be Fob. And if you've never seen a Fob video, I strongly suggest you see the video. I think he's done 3, maybe in the last 2 years. But there's one, I can't remember what the title is. But basically what he puts on like this 90s filter onto the camera. And if you ever watch Swap Shop, in the background it's got this wonderful like arcade vibe behind him. Well, he puts a 90s lens on the end of his camera. And you transported back to it as if you're back in the arcades. And I mean, it's about a 40-minute video, but I watched the whole 40 minutes because I was just simply captivated by someone owns all of this and the way it made me feel. So, Fob, if you do listen to this video, I do hope that somewhere down the line you have the want and desire to do another video, because I will definitely be watching it. But the thing is that what he says is that he gets excited for Swap Shop. So therefore he's not really interested in doing other videos. And I respect that, I do. Because when you see him on Swap Shop, like I said, he's so funny, he's so natural, he's just him. And if that can't be translated to his videos, then it's not worth it. Because him being him makes the video shine. But definitely well worth going over and watching the videos he has done, because they're great. I think the 3 that I want about. So the first one is the 90s, the one that takes you back to the 90s. Certainly if you're born in my era anyway, growing up in where the arcades were in the 90s, that's the vibe, the feel that you get. And the other 2 are pickup videos. One that has the helmet CRT in it, and the other which I think has this really big PS2 bundle, which he just sounds disinterested in. But yeah, they're great watches. Absolutely well worth your time. But what did I get from Sir Fob? Well, first of all, I want to show you this. Look at that. Look. The Chicken Man. I love that because it embarrasses my wife. So everyone who knows me via my YouTube, they know me as the Chicken Man or Feed Me Chicken or FMC or any combination of all of them. What's great is that, because I insist on that being how it's addressed to me, our postman has changed from a post lady to a postman now, and he knocks on the door and my wife asks as it goes, "Parcel for the Chicken Man." And to be fair, the postman's got a great sense of humour, but my wife just gets embarrassed every time. So, this is actually the first of 2 parcels from Sir Fob, and I don't think I'm going to be able to show it justice, but it is so well packed. Look at that. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. So, the first one I have in a baggie for the Spectrum is Green Beret. Look at that. Gorgeous, look at that. Yes, Green Beret. Well, why would I want Green Beret? Well, I actually have a case for Green Beret that has no gaming. So I've been on the lookout for Green Beret. It popped up in Fob's items, and yes, I wanted it. The next one for the Spectrum again is Gauntlet. Now, Gauntlet is a game that I have played on the Commodore 64. It is a nostalgic game that I played with my dad. It's a fantastic game. I don't think it actually ends, but it's just, you know, once you hear Warrior is about to die, and then there's certain tunes that are in there. It's just one of those simple but effective games. But along with Gauntlet, he had Gauntlet 2. Now, I don't think I've played Gauntlet 2. But again, for the Amstrad, oh, it's not. Spectrum, for the Spectrum, very happy to have it. Now, I mentioned that there's 2. Why is there 2, you may ask? Well, again, that sense of the chicken, man. But why is there 2? There's 2 because I was expecting one more game. Now, that one more game, when I messaged Fob, I said, you know, in obviously a nicer way than what I'm saying it on camera, but I basically said, look, what happened to the other game? To which he goes, it's in my he takes a picture and goes, it's in my hand. So he said, I'll send it to you, no problems. Now, another swap shop was happening quite soon after, and another 2 items popped up, and I inquired about these items as well. Now, actually, sorry, we'll rewind that. Before that, so having agreed on those items you just saw there and this 4th item, I asked him for the price for them. He said, you're doing your 24-hour stream to make a donation to the charity. We agreed on the price that I would donate, and that money went to the Bearded Fisherman during the 24-hour live stream. Obviously, I got no problem with that. It was fantastic. The money went to charity, went to a great place. So obviously, I inquired into obviously where the 4th game was, and in Swap Shop, as I just mentioned, there was another Swap Shop to which he was on. Not to go into too much information because I kind of basically, what I'll do, I'll show you the games and I'll try and explain it. So, the 4th game that I was missing originally was Gunfighter 2 for the PlayStation 2, which is I do believe a light gun game. I have Gunfire is on the PlayStation 1, so great game that I wanted to get. Now, the other 2 I actually feel really bad about, so let me just show you what they are. So, first we've got this stunning PS3 case, look at that. And inside, it's Yakuza 4. And then we have Tekken Dark Resurrection for the PSP. And I was very insistent on it not being the Platinum version, because all I seem to do with PSP games is see Platinum versions, and I'm just not a fan of Platinum or Essential versions. Now, as I mentioned, I feel really bad about these 2. So, I asked about a price, and Fob, I feel like I guilt tripped you into sending these items for no cost at all. So just so you know, and know the price you gave me originally, I am grateful for what you sent me, but no way should I be making you feel like you should send it to me via a guilt trip. So as soon as I've got your money, I will find your PayPal address. No, that's not meant to sound threatening, but I will send you the money, because even for the price you gave me for the games, it's practically free anyway. So, but I did not mean to give you a guilt trip. So, but Fob he's a phenomenal guy, lovely to talk to offline, and you should definitely go and check his channel out. Right, so the next one we have FMC. So I love this. Right, as you can see, it is already opened. Now this one made me laugh. Right, so the YouTuber who has sent me this gift is Retrobait. Now he deals mainly in the 8-bit genre. He's one of those ones who I was mentioning earlier. He has been on the chase for hit squads quite recently, and don't really want too much credit for it, but he's been a bit of an original Xbox kick. I can't think why. But he's a great channel. He's so enthusiastic about what he gets and when he gets it. Even if something is horrible, he will have a positive sounding spin on it. Yeah, he's very, very enthusiastic about what he's doing. He's very much a supporter of the homebrew 8-bit era. He has probably played most of the games he owns. And yeah, on his channel, there is gameplay of him playing these homebrews. There's him playing other games. He has his own versions of top 10s, which change depending on how he's feeling. Yeah, he's got so much content. He's even got videos with his children as well. Sonic 2 was one that I watched with his daughter, and again, you just can hear in his voice how much fun he has while gaming. So another great channel to go and check out. But what makes this one even funnier for me, so on the swap shop in question that he was on, I feel so sorry for him because he was definitely struggling with his hay fever. But at the same time, he does enjoy his wine. So as he's drinking more and more wine and the hay fever is getting more and more, he's obviously doing a lot of rubbing and this, that and the other. And it makes him look like he's been taking drugs. But obviously the effect of alcohol is there as well. So everyone's making a joke that he's taking drugs every time he kind of dips his head down or whatever. And he was playing along with it, so he's like all the time and everything else. Well, I'm pretty sure, I think you'd agree, he sent me a kilo. So yeah, no, but I had to giggle because when I come through and I saw the colour of this, it's just your stereotypical like drug deal, isn't it, really? So, but I have got some fantastic games in here. And there's a lot of nostalgia to the games that I asked for. So, I asked for 5 games. When I get this open, I'll be able to show you guys. And I inquired over, because again, and there's another person I've been able to talk to offline. Very supportive, very, very, very nice guy, very nice guy. And he was just like, no, you know, they're yours. No price, just they're yours. So, Mr. Retrobait, just like everyone else so far, I'm so flattered by the generosity that I've got. And I mean, there's still more to come. And it's phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. Right, so we have it already. So, what games have I been given? Well, let's start with ones you've already seen. So, for the Commodore 64, we have Gauntlet once again. We have Gauntlet 2. Now, we have Impossible Mission 2. Now this is a game that I didn't even know existed, to be fair. I have played Impossible Mission, the first one, and one of the standout things that me and my dad would always say is, stay a while. Stay forever. It's a great game. I've never completed it. In fact, I don't think I even know what's going on, if I'm being honest. But it's a very challenging game. It's a very enjoyable game. And it's definitely worth your time if you can play the game. Now, the next two, which, to be honest, I'm stunned that he was just happy to give to me. But here we go. We've got Turrican and we have Turrican 2. Now, Turrican on any system is a good play, but with the Commodore 64 and after watching Retro Bear's playthrough of Turrican, it definitely seems to be a game that has no real slowdown on the Commodore 64. So, really, really excited to play that. So, Retro Bear, thank you very much. Another excellent YouTuber next, and he goes by the name of Inked Northerner. Another guy who, thanks to the Retro Bear, was probably where I first heard this guy get shouted out in his early iterations of his channel. Just finding his feet, really. He was doing a lot of orders through Music Magpie. He was doing the Music Magpie roulette. You know, was it one? Oh, what was it? One for success and two for sorrow. I can't even remember. I know it's wrong, but he was doing that, which was started by Retro Games Revived. He was finding his feet, you know, finding what makes his channel tick. And since then, he's come on absolute leaps and bounds. He's definitely a channel that deserves more recognition. He's a very big Evercade supporter, but his videos are just more, it's a gamer being a gamer, trying to show you what a game means to him. Now, not only does he do games, he also does movies. He's very much into his movies. He does requests from other people, whoever you are. If you want to request him to do a movie review, he will do it. He has done Sex and the City, of all things. So, but yeah, I mean, he says it how he is. You know, he's one of those ones who shoots from the hip. He tells you how it is, and that's how he feels about it. So, can't say no fairer than that. He's a great channel. Definitely deserves more attention. So, if you haven't heard of Inked Northerner, go over and visit his channel. Now, what have I been sent by Inked Northerner? Well, I've been sent two packages from Inked Northerner. What it is, he is, or has been, slimming down his collection to more suit what he wants from gaming in general. So, he has, so far that I've seen, slimmed down his PS3 collection and slimmed down his Wii collection. He put a notice out to the group that we're all in together. He said, look, if you want any of this, it's going to be free. Just let me know what you want. Now, obviously, I've offered him postage towards the items. He said, no, it's absolutely free. So, without further ado, let me show you what items I got from Inked Northerner. Again, feed me chicken. Seriously love this. I do. I really do. I don't care that it embarrasses my wife. I just love it. So the first one is 50 cent. Now why do I want 50 cent? Now I want 50 cent because it is supposed to be one of those games that kind of got battered because it's 50 cent doing a video game, whereas it wasn't really based on the fact that it's just a video game, so it's kind of flown under the radar. And anytime you see like a list of games that have been written off but are actually good, that does come up as one of them. So, you know, why not take them? And every PS3 game here is complete. So I also get this really cool sticker. Look at that, Superman. Woo. So yes, I will find a place for that, a suitable place for that. The next game I've got, Crisis 2 Limited Edition. Now I'm pretty sure I confused this game with another game. I've confused it with, I don't know what game I've confused it with, but I have confused it with another game before, so I keep passing it up. But I don't know why, because it's meant to be a really good game too. Dishonored. We have Motorstorm. Now I remember playing this in the early doors of the PS3, and I remember this to be a fairly decent game. So again, it's not obviously not terribly expensive, but at the end of the day, it was there, it was on offer. I'm grateful to be able to take it off Ink Northerner's hand. The Bureau, XCOM. Now this is supposed to be a phenomenal game, but it's really, really clever. So again, another game, when it popped up, I was like, I really hope I can get hold of this one. And luckily for me, I was able to. 2 other items left of this box. The first is Venom. I love these. These stickers are so cool. So thank you very much for the Ink Northerner. Those stickers are wicked. Now, you're going to laugh at this game. It's a DS game. The game in question is Aqua Panic. Now, why did I want Aqua Panic, you may ask? Well, as far as I'm aware, and I could be completely wrong, wouldn't be the first time, but Aqua Panic is a mini game based game. But the mini games are supposed to be really quite fun. So, that, it stuck in my mind from a video I know I've seen, but I don't know whose video it was at all, but the game stuck in my head. And when I saw it pop up, I was like, I know about that game. So, that's simply why I took it. So on to the second one. So these are all Wii titles. Again, I offered Ink Northerner postage money. He was like, no, free of charge, not a problem. So 3 of these games are complete, 1 is incomplete, but you don't hear me complain about that because A, I knew it, and B, when someone's offering you something for free, why the fuck would you complain about it? Absolutely you wouldn't. So, what games do we have here? We have Monkey Mischief. Now this game, why would I get this? It's mini games. I've got young children still play the Wii, and I'm immature as well, so I'm going to get fun out of it no matter what. Next one we've got Rayman Rabbids 2. I've got the first one, and the first one's alright to be honest with you. It works with the Wii controller quite well, so having the second one, kind of a no-brainer really. Drawn to Life. Very curious about this game. obviously, I'm not saying it's going to be like a Kami. Quite clearly not. But the emphasis on drawing, much like you have to draw with the Wii remote to do the symbols for a Kami, that's where I draw the comparison. So I don't know if it would work quite as well, where I'm assuming Drawn to Life is probably more in depth with the drawing. You know, you've probably got to draw like maybe a platform for your character to walk across or whatever. But how well would it translate with the Wii remote? I don't know. The last one is Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion. Now, essentially this is a up to 4-player battle royale in which you can play as your favourite Cartoon Network characters. Again, see, I don't anticipate that be working very well with the Wiimotes, but I do imagine it working well with the Wii controller. So, Ink Northerner, if you haven't gone to see his channel, go and see it, and thank you very much for the items. And we have another one. Mr. Feed Me Chicken. Yes, we do. This one comes from the gentleman of YouTube, Koopas World. I was very, very honoured for him to message me and say, look, I've got these games in a trade. I'd like to offer you the first dibs on it before it goes to the main group. I picked out 4 games. First one I'm going to show you is Need for Speed Pro Street. Got Midnight Club 3, the dub edition. Now I got another version of this game from a car boot sale. So again, this adds to the dub edition collection that I've got. Overlord. Now, if I am right, Overlord is in fact overlooked. It's actually not meant to be a bad game. I can't remember too much about it, but I'm fairly sure it's an overlooked game. When I finally get around to playing it, I'll probably prove myself wrong. But, again, it was there. Mr. Koopas World offered it to me. I'm very grateful to have taken it. And the last game, Time Splitters 2. Now I've got Time Splitters Future Perfect, but I don't have the first or second one on the original Xbox. So to have that is fantastic. Now Koopas World, I call him the gentleman of YouTube. If you haven't seen or haven't been watching my trade with tubers, I've only got about 4 videos I think in that playlist. Basically he went the extra mile to make sure that I got a very cheap game, but he wanted to complete the trade. He's an astonishing person, and his channel is amazing. I mean, he does pickups, he did start up this 30-minute playthrough of games which had Bully. That was quite informative. If you haven't seen his channel before, go and subscribe and go and stay tuned, because he put out not too long ago a bit where he wanted YouTubers to do the fastest track. So it's Mario Kart takes on Top Gear Rally's fastest lap. It's a fantastic idea. Go and see the video. You'll see what I mean. And I can't wait for that to start kicking off. There's probably a lot of work that had to go into that, because again, you know, we may be YouTubers, but outside of YouTube we have real life jobs and etc. I know that he's mentioned in his latest video that he's just had a lot of stuff going on, so can't wait for that to go forward. But yeah, he's got a great channel. You know, he's got Mini Cooper there as well. He's great. One of my biggest fans. So Mini Cooper, shout out to you as well, my friend. Hope you're good. So yeah, again, thank you very much, and go and check out that channel. No, we are not done yet. No, we are not. I got a message off of Gib84 Gaming. Now, Gib84 Gaming is a channel where he does pickups. He's a very, very artistic person. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, if you go onto his channel, you'll see that if he finds something that he's not happy with, in terms of, be it like a storage of games or cartridges or something, he will do something about it. So he, not too long ago, was showing the community what he was doing with his N64 games and how he was going to store them. And he made everything himself. It turned out quite well. He has got a Splatterhouse Streets of Rage, like modded cart, not modded cart, basically, you got Streets of Rage the game, the character from Splatterhouse, and he's the character in the game. I can't think for the life of me. It's not modded, but you know what I mean. He got the cart from the geezer, and what he's done is he's made a bit of artwork for his wall, and the cart goes into that artwork, and he's there for everyone to see. I mean, you know, things like that. He shows the community what he's done, how he's done it, and he explains why he's done it. He's got his own child involved. His nephew's been involved in his channel. Yeah, I mean, he's such a soft-spoken, very knowledgeable, knows what he wants. He's had the videos of what he's found in his mum and dad's loft, donations from friends. Yeah, there's a lot of time for Gib84 Gaming. If you haven't heard of him, go over, watch his channel. You won't be disappointed. Neither will you be disappointed by any channel I've mentioned in my video today. But he drops me a message. He says to me, look, I'm getting a few odds and sods. Anything you want, they're yours. I did offer postage again. He said, no, they're yours. So, look at that. So well wrapped up. So I took 2 empty boxes. And I can see I've got a freebie as well. So how about that? So, let's go with the empty boxes first. We have Armored Core Formula Front. Now, I won't need this particular. I mean, I've seen some of the gameplay and it looks good, but I'm not sure you can get it there. But it's a 505 game, so maybe getting the UMD for this game will be cheaper than getting the game completed. I don't know. And the other one is Super Monkey Ball Adventure for the PlayStation Portable. I am quite a big fan of the Monkey Ball games. I've heard the Wii ones aren't too great, but I've got them, and again, I'll make my own decision on that once I get around to playing them. And the freebie, which is fantastic, is Fastlane 2019. Yes, I am into my wrestling. I enjoy, and I'm not like a one brand wrestling guy. I watch quite a bit of wrestling on different brands. So you got obviously WWE, AEW, Impact. You know, I prefer. I'm a fan of watching it, but I'm not as big a fan as what you'll find in the likes of Gornaldinho Plays, or Retro Chef, or Retro Bear, or Game Zone Bird Room, or Time Walk James. I mean, those people, they know their shit around wrestling. I think the main thing I want to get from, I've got the Undertaker story and I've got Stone Cold Steve Austin's story. The only other one I'd probably be interested in would be the anthology for WrestleMania, because I've not, when it comes to watching wrestling, I never bought the pay-per-view, so I've never actually, I've seen footage and highlights, but I've never actually really watched the whole of a WrestleMania before. So, but I've now got Fastlane, so I will definitely be giving that a watch at some point. So, Gib84 Gaming, thank you very much. Much appreciated.
You made it to the end. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave me a comment below and let me know what you thought of this video. Also, let me know how you found me. Below is a link to my Facebook page. It is the only bit of social media I do between YouTube and you guys. This is where you will see photos of the items I have for sale or for trade. I do not do Twitter and I do not do Instagram. Take care.